hurts everywhere. I feel like a bitch. Wanna toss my body in a ditch.
Hello, good morning.
Oh, good morning. It's too early.
Hi, friends.
Welcome to the first, best, and only morning show in existence. I'm Anthony Carboni.
And I'm Saige Ryan.
And there's news today.
We got a lot of news today, actually.
Oh, and we've been up for a while.
We've been up for a while. I've been up for a while on Twitter, and I noticed that the Satanic Panic is trending today.
Hell yeah. Bring it back.
Well, okay.
You know, bring it back.
Well,
You know, if I'm what is that kid doing? Listening to music? Probably the devil. What's that kid doing? Playing games? Probably the devil.
I woke up to two things. One was 3 emails from the Satanic Temple.
Oh.
I'm not kidding.
Well, good morning.
Good morning, Satanic Temple. Hello. Good morning. And then I got on Twitter, and it was like, Satanic Panic. Unrelated, believe it or not. Satanic Panic was trending because of Lil Nas X.
Man, that little Nas X video is very good.
It's great.
Listen,
we love it.
I think my opinion on it when I watched it was we have to twerk on Satan. It's our job as good people to twerk on Satan and show Satan that they are no match for that ass.
Mm-hmm. Or alternatively, maybe Satan can kind of get it.
You know,
if you encounter Satan and he could get it, that is fair and up to your best judgment.
we're not here to yuck anybody's yum.
Mm-mm.
We never are. The thing is, if Lil Nas X, gift sub to Satan.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's what happens if you play Stairway to Heaven backwards. That's what it says.
Gift sub to Satan. Use your prime sub
I can't
for
stop thinking
Satan.
I referenced it last night. Now all I can think about is Stairway to Heaven backwards. It gets stuck in my head backwards.
Use it.
Gifts to Satan. You
You
know.
know, I think Lil Nas X should be left alone because he's a wonderful person.
We stand Lil Nas X.
We stand Lil Nas X here. I also woke up to see the boat.
The boat was freed.
They freed the boat. The boat that is costing the world economy like $10 billion a day or something.
In the Suez Canal. And yet last night on Twitter, Put It Back was trending.
Put it back. Tear it all down.
Dude, put it back.
Let Lil Nas X twerk on Satan and topple this economy with that shit, please.
That's so funny.
We have 2 simple needs. Let the boy twerk on Satan. Mm-hmm. And shut this economy down with a single boat.
It's so funny.
Stuck Austin Powers style in the canal. That boat was like me taking my driving test for the first time, trying to do a 57-point turn. And you get to a certain point, and the instructor's like, "You don't have to keep trying. You don't have to keep trying if you don't want to.
Yeah.
You can stop. Do you want me to do it?" And that's when you know you don't have your driver's license. You're not a ship captain today. Put it back.
Put it back, everybody.
Put it back.
Hey, if we completely topple the economy, we can rebuild as a communist state.
What if we could do the end of Fight Club, but without the explosions? Nobody's got to explode today. You know, the boat can just sit there, and everything can come toppling down, and we don't have to blow anything up. Just a nice, relaxing toppling of the global economy.
You know, I knew when I agreed to host this show with a white man that inevitably the topic would come to Fight Club.
Hey, if you're keeping track at home, we finally did it. We mentioned Fight Club. Hey, congratulations. It's
You've won.
It's March 29th, 2020 at 8:14 a.m. And we finally mentioned Fight Club. Go ahead and put an arrow next to your name in chat. Let us know what time it is where you are. Should be 8:14 if time is functioning properly. And, let us know we did it. We mentioned Fight Club. Hey, if we can do Boondock Saints
Okay.
within another month, I think we get the White Guy Film Trophy.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Remarkably easy. Makes sense.
Makes sense, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
It does.
We can put it back there next to Anne's shelf.
Perfect. People in chat keep referencing Lil Nas X shoes that apparently are being released. This is the first I'm seeing of them. They're official Satan Nikes.
Ooh, is that literally pair number 1 out of 666, Lil Nas X?
Uh-huh.
How come you don't have those contact lenses?
Roll the intro again. I do.
There it is.
Actually, I
There it is.
do. Not gonna lie.
We won the White Guy Film Award and the Goth Girl Contact Lens Award.
Hi, it's me.
We're doing it, everybody. We're really, listen, stereotypes can be bad, but also, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Wow, look at those shoes.
Pretty good.
Those are great
I'm
shoes.
surprised Nike got on board. Nike's just like having a good time lately.
Is Nike actually on board, or are
they
these
not?
aftermarket?
I don't know. That's a good
Art
question.
Collective Miche. Yeah, it looks like they used Nike Air Max 97s. I was
But,
about
like,
to say,
I
this
would-
doesn't feel like an official Nike.
But like, how do you not get sued for that by Nike?
There's custom aftermarket Nikes all the time. So
I don't
they-
understand shoes.
So the
Sneaker
deal is, you, as long as they purchase the shoes, it's totally fine. As long as they
Fascinating.
purchase the shoes and let people know that it's aftermarket. Like, these are custom painted Nikes.
Yeah.
That's okay. Because Nike's like, yeah, you bought the shoes, do what you want with them.
Good for Nike.
Yeah, and Nike knows that it just gives them clout.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, Nike's been poking conservatives for a hot minute here, and I do love that for them.
Listen, as the big Oregon Pacific Northwest shoe company, I bet they are. I bet secretly behind closed doors, a lot of Nike execs and designers are like, let's just tell them the shoes aren't for them. Let's just tell them the shoes aren't for them. We can tell them not to wear the shoes, right? We can just tell them not to wear the shoes. No,
No, we can't do that.
we can't do that.
Harry, the Satanic Panic 2 is going to be fire.
Oh. Hot
We're
satanic.
gearing up for it.
Can't wait for hot Satanist summer.
Yo, new Satanic Panic just dropped.
Hot Satanist summer is going to be the best year ever.
Hot Satanist summer is every summer. I'll have you know. Should we talk about some news?
Let's talk about some news. I guess some news that is not Lil Nas X related,
Weird.
I suppose.
Or put the boat back.
First of all, we've got to jump straight to this.
Oh yeah, that's the biggest thing.
This is the biggie. This is the biggie news.
This is some big boy news right here. The cast of the Obi-Wan Kenobi series has been announced.
Production is going to begin in April.
April's like now.
That's like next week.
That's like in 2 days.
Let's take a look. You're right. That's this week.
This week.
Obi-Wan Kenobi this week.
Yeah. April this week.
April this week.
Weird, right?
Wow. We've got Ewan McGregor, obviously, but who's that right next to Ewan McGregor?
Hayden Christensen. Our boys.
Now, we know that the series is set 10 years after the prequel trilogy.
Yeah.
Is this flashback Anakin, two bros broing down, being Jedi?
Uh-huh.
Or is
he
this
a
Vader?
bad boy?
Or is he a Vader already?
Don't know what I'm so excited.
Is it both?
Maybe it's the transition partially. Though I think that would I think if it was the transition where he was like becoming Vader, that might be a little less about Obi-Wan. Like
Hey.
it would be hard to make a story that's about Obi-Wan while Vader is happening.
Listen, they made Rogue One while Vader was happening.
I get it, but Vader was already happening.
Vader was already happening. But here's the thing. Here's the thing that they're doing so well with these shows. And once again, I do not speak for Lucasfilm. I do not speak for Disney.
He only speaks for Boba guys.
I only speak for Boga guys, Go guys, and
He
that's
only
why they chose me to be their spokesperson. Listen,
He only speaks for the band Oingo Boingo.
I only speak for Danny Elfman and Oingo Boingo. So here's what's up. I don't know what's going on with Obi-Wan. I don't know any more than you do. They have done a great job. We saw it in Mandalorian, you know, we see it in the animated series. They do a good job of starting to tell the story or giving you a hint of what's going on.
Right.
There's no reason that this couldn't be a little bit of Vader, and then maybe in 2 years we get Star Wars Vader on Disney Plus. Goodness glaciers. Who can say? But let's take a look at the rest of this cast because it is very good.
Yes.
We have Moses Ingram. Owen Lars is back, baby.
Fascinating.
Joel Edgerton. Can I tell you something?
What?
There was a period a couple years ago when we were shooting the Star Wars show, and we had heard that Joel Edgerton was around, and he was around for like 2 weeks in a row. And we were like, the first week, it was just like, oh, yeah, Joel's just coming in for a tour. And then the second week, it's like, yeah, Joel's here. It's like, why is Joel here again? What's going on with Owen Lars? Here's what was going on with Owen Lars. We got Bonnie Piesse. We got Kumail Nanjiani.
Yes.
The man who is in everything.
Yes.
We love it.
Sign me up.
Used to be my neighbor. Used to live right across the street from me.
Fascinating.
Yeah. Indira Varma. We love Indira Varma.
Yes.
Rupert Friend. O'Shea Jackson Jr. Hey, is that our good boy Han? Is that part of the hashtag Fast Family, baby?
Oh, that's who it is.
Is that
how
our
do I know him?
boy?
You know, I will say, as someone who dislikes the Fast and the Furious movies, Han is best boy.
Han
without
is best
question.
boy. Han in space? I hope he's a speeder racer.
He can't be named Han.
He can't be named Han. You're not allowed to be named Han.
No.
Although, but that's so funny because that was the joke, right? Like,
Yeah.
when you see his license
Right.
in Fast and Furious, that's the joke.
And now he's in a Star Wars.
And now he's in a Star Wars. We got Simone
Good for
Kessel and Benny Safdie, which I think is interesting. Of course, the Safdie brothers, filmmakers, they most recently made Uncut Gems. Very interesting to see Benny Safdie in there. This is exciting.
I'm so excited.
This is very exciting.
I have been wanting Obi-Wan content as long as I can remember.
Everybody has, right? Like, we've all been like, give me that Obi-Wan.
Give me Obi-Wan.
And, Ewan McGregor, out of everybody, is just like...
Also, like, give me Obi-Wan.
Give me Obi-Wan.
Let me have this.
He loves it.
And the thing is, too, is like, I know for the last, like, few years before the show officially got announced, I was always like, please give it to us before Ewan gets too old.
Mm-hmm.
Please, he's perfect right now. Please don't miss that window.
But here's the thing about Ewan McGregor. That boy don't age. I mean, he do, but he don't. Like, I don't understand it because you watch what Ewan McGregor does in his off time. Like, he's done all those, like, travel shows where it's like, me and my brother are riding motorcycles across 3 continents and sleeping in sticks, Is that what Ewan McGregor's been up to? Yeah, like if you got to watch like Long Way Round, Long Way Down, Long Way Back, like those are his 3 travel motorcycle documentaries.
Oh, no, I'm good.
And how does he still look so young? He must be like, he does the motorcycle thing, and then he just like moisturizes 24 hours a day when he gets back.
Yes.
Because he can still do it. He can still play. Like, if you're telling me it's set 10 years later, yes.
Yes.
I believe it.
Yes.
Hayden, too.
Yes.
I mean, I know, like, if it's Vader Hayden, he's going to be all burnt up crispy in a helmet, but, like, he could still play 10 years later.
I love it.
It's going to be so
I
good.
love this. I'm so excited.
So, yeah, the story begins 10 years after the dramatic events of Star Wars Revenge of the Sith, where Kenobi faced his greatest defeat, the downfall and corruption of his best friend and Jedi apprentice, Anakin Skywalker. Obi-Wan Kenobi is directed by Deborah Chow, who, of course, did episode 2 and 3 of Mandalorian, that 2-parter. So that's very exciting. And it does say the series marks the return of Hayden Christensen in the role of Darth Vader.
Yeah, they didn't say Anakin. They said Vader.
They say Vader, but you never know with them.
Right, because there's also the possibility that that's a, like, bitier piece of information for, like, not huge Star Wars fans.
We might get, like, a second of Vader or something.
Right.
You never know. You never know. Whoo!
I'm so
Whoo,
What a good way to
baby.
start the day.
I would love to see some, 10 years later, Obi-Wan and Vader stuff, but I would also love to see some flashbacky stuff that fills in a bit of their, like, buddy boy adventures, like the
I would
Clone
love to
Wars
see that as
series
well.
did,
Yeah.
Give the people who didn't watch the animated series just a little more context for their friendship and a little more believability around it. I would love to see that.
I would enjoy that as well. All right, should we go to games, or you want to talk about more movie showy?
Okay, well, there is one movie thing that there are a couple, but
We've got a
let's
bunch.
go to games. Let's go to games. You're
Okay,
right. Let's
all
go
right.
to games.
Let's talk about that very good Xbox Game Pass.
Oh man. So we knew that Microsoft and Twitch were going to be doing an ID at Xbox event together.
Mm-hmm.
We knew that they were doing that big indie event. Well,
Oh boy, was it a big indie event. They announced 60 indie titles that are coming to Xbox, and 20 of them are day one with Xbox Game Pass.
dang.
That's a lot of indie titles. Yes.
Dang.
On this show, in this house, we stand indie games. Stand? I think I said stand.
We stand up and we say indie games, please.
We stand indie games. I got a little ahead of myself on letters. So now I wish that these were actually divided by, here we go. Man, of the 60 game titles, I don't want y'all to have to read all 60, but you've got your big games like Among Us, for instance, coming to Xbox.
Yeah. Here are were you looking for the 22 that are coming to?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Yeah, because there are some good ones on here. Art of the Rally, which is great. Astria Ascending Backbone from Raw Fury. Ooh, that's a good one. Boyfriend Dungeon.
Very exciting.
Day and date on Xbox Live Game Pass. That is the one where it's a dungeon crawl where you date your weapons because they turn into boyfriends.
Yes, that's absolutely my speed.
Craftopia, Dead Static Drive, which looks like a beautiful, beautiful game. Edge of Eternity, Hello Neighbor 2.
Ooh, that's going to be fun.
Library of Ruina. Oh, man, that's going to be a good one. Little Witch in the Woods, which you and I have both been looking forward to.
Yes.
Little Witch in the Woods looks great. Let's take a look. I'll just show a little bit of that Little Witch in the Woods.
Yeah. Ugh.
Look at this cute game. Look at this.
Yes.
Yes to this.
Yes.
We're into it.
So into it.
We've got Narita Boy. Moonglow Bay, which I showed you last night. The trailer for, which it's a slice of life fishing game and town simulator, but there's some dark stuff going on in town.
He just sat there and he watched me react to the trailer, and I went from to
Yeah, very good.
in the course of like 30 seconds.
Sable, which is that weird like French comic / pod racing game that we don't know anything about.
Pod racing.
It looks very good.
Yeah.
So many good games. Stalker 2, She Dreams Elsewhere, Wild at Heart. I mean, it's good. It's good. And then there are 40 other games that are coming to Xbox, not on Game Pass, but this is a game called An Airport for Aliens Run by Dogs. Whoops. It looks broken and bad. I'm going to buy it.
Oh, I'm going to play the hell out of that.
I'm going to play the hell out of this game. Look at this Airport for Aliens Run by Dogs. What a weird thing.
An airport for aliens currently run by
dogs.
dogs.
Spreadsheet. I can't believe I did it.
Anthony.
Oh, no.
An airport for aliens currently run by dogs is also something you will be able to get on Steam as of May 25th.
It's pretty wild. I mean, Griftlands, Loot River, Last Oasis, a lot of stuff that I've been following. Riftbreaker, Last Stop, Void Train. So many good games coming to Xbox. Very exciting. That's big news. I'm telling you. I'm still not ready to lay down money for an Xbox, but I've got no shade to Xbox.
If I could get one, I would.
I'm sure I'll get one on an infinite timeline. I wind up with an Xbox, but right now I'm okay with my PS5.
Mm-hmm.
But Game Pass for PC is probably happening next month when this stuff starts dropping.
Nah, if Xboxes weren't impossible to get, I would get one. I want it.
I think you should get it. If you want it, you should have it.
I can't.
If anybody wants
let
it,
me.
if people want it, they should have it. Let them have it.
They did a bad job of releasing it.
Yes, they did. Hey, I don't know anything about League of Legends.
Hey, you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I know very little about League of Legends.
That's cool. That's cool.
So between the two of us, we don't have a great basis for this story, but I do like spooky dolls.
We love a spooky doll.
And a new League of Legends champion is a spooky baby doll. And I'm into it.
That's also Saige's Tinder profile.
A spooky baby doll.
Spooky baby doll.
Great.
So you think like I love this trailer because you think that this is, one of them is going to be it. And sort of is. Soul and Doll.
Soul and Doll, the classic tale. Like from the Chucky.
Like from the Charles.
Mm-hmm.
From the Brides of Charles.
Of course. I've always thought about getting into League, and then I have always ended up deciding against it because the League community frightens me.
Yeah, League's biggest problems have always been onboarding and community, right? When you go to start off in League, it's tough to start off. It's a hard game to get into. Mm-hmm. And the community does not make it any easier for you.
No, I can imagine not, especially at this point when people have been attached to the game for so long. I'm just kind of like,
Yeah, that's the game's
maybe
been
it's
around
never for me.
For so long. So long. How do you even get into it right now? How do you even get into it?
I don't want to get yelled at.
No, nobody wants to get yelled at while they're playing a game.
I just want to play video games and not get yelled at, which makes me feel like League of Legends just might not be for me, and that's okay. But it looks like a very lovely game, and it looks like something I would actually enjoy very much. Anthony.
Yeah.
You told me that now that I'm old, every month something would make me feel old and remind me that I am old.
Well, I didn't say you were old.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is you have reached an age now mm-hmm. where you're going to find more and more things are going to pop up and remind you that you're aging. Happy 10th birthday, 3DS.
Not the DS. Not the DSi. The 3DS.
The 3DS. Man, that's wild. That's pretty wild, huh? 10 years ago today, we were getting the 3DS in North America.
I wasn't a child when the 3DS came out.
No, you were not. Consoles continue to come out, and they continue to age. One day you'll sound like me talking about the Dreamcast.
I don't think anyone will ever sound like you talking about the Dreamcast.
I do so love the Dreamcast.
I know. I get that way about the GameCube.
You will you're only a few years away from sounding that way about the GameCube. There are gonna be youths where you're gonna be like, the GameCube was this and the GameCube was that, and they're gonna be like, cool.
Yeah, hold your cup right.
I am. Everybody, make sure you're holding your cup right. All right.
That's
weird. What was 3D? Like, I'm trying to think about 3DS. Obviously, Monster Hunter was a big deal on 3DS for me.
Pokemon Sun and Moon.
Pokemon Sun and Moon, for sure. Mario 3D Land.
Mm-hmm.
But what else was good on that 3DS?
That's the thing is, like,
I didn't play much on the 3DS.
I didn't play much on the 3DS either. Like, I could rattle off DS games or games I played on the DSi all day.
They ruined Chibi Robo. I remember that.
Was
I remember.
Nintendo still on
I remember
3DS?
very clearly Nintendo destroying my boy, Chibi-san Robotnik, and making Ziplash, which I bought to get the amiibo because they knew I would, and I hate them for it. Chibi Robo. Always remember. Oh, A Link Between Worlds. Thank you very much. A Link Between Worlds was a beautiful game.
Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon.
Dark Moon. You know, I don't know if I played Dark Moon.
Very good.
I don't know if I played that one. I think maybe the 3DS was in the old... I had my 3DS attached to my Circle Pad Pro with my wireless amiibo adapter in a fucking drawer.
I feel like the 3DS was my way to keep playing DS games.
Yeah. Oh, and New Leaf, obviously. Any Animal Crossing that comes out.
But New Leaf wasn't on the 3DS. I mean, it was on it, but it wasn't released for the 3DS. It was released for the DS. I'm pretty sure.
Was New Leaf DS or 3DS?
I don't think it was a 3DS exclusive. I want to say it came to DS before that. Was it just 3DS?
I think it might have been... I think that was the 3DS. Yeah, that was the 3DS.
Wow.
Yeah, because I was going to say... I clearly remember the 3DS. Oh, yeah, Kid Icarus Uprising, written by our good friend Mike Drucker. But can I tell you something?
Wild World was regular DS. That's right.
Can I tell you something? The writing, Mike Drucker's beautiful writing holds up for Kid Icarus Uprising, but the game is just fine. The game is just fine. But yeah, 10 years old. Happy 10th birthday, 3DS. I had the red and black XL.
I had a blue XL.
Which you can tell that I was given that during my time and tenure as a video game reviewer, because there's no way I would have chosen the red and black XL.
Absolutely not.
There's no way. I would have gotten the tiniest, coolest, newest one I could.
Yep.
With the most adorable little Japanese imported faceplate.
Absolutely. It would have been
faceplates. That was what was good about the 3DS.
It would have been white or pastel if you could make it happen.
Ooh, love a pastel. Love a pastel piece of electronic technology.
We love pastels.
The faceplates were so good on the 3DS. The style faceplates. The Animal Crossing one that looks like Louis Vuitton that you used to have on your desktop background.
Yep.
That's class. Hey, electronics should look classy. That's all I'm saying.
Or very cute.
Yeah.
Fine.
All right.
All right.
All right.
What's up?
343. 343. Are you making the game?
It's okay if you're not.
It's okay if
but it's not okay to keep telling us you are and not making it.
You can't keep telling us that you're making the game if you're not making the game, 343. Like, please.
Come on.
It's okay. Well, because here's the deal. We got our Inside Infinite.
Which Halo has promised us that they were going to start doing these updates more frequently. And they were like, shit, that means we have to actually do them. What do we got? Video games have sounds.
Yeah, they talk a lot about the sounds and the sound design. They're like, tell us about the sound design. It's like, oh, yeah.
So much.
There's so much going on with sound.
You mean for the game?
Yeah, for the game. For the game. Could you tell us about like some of the things you got to do and the challenges of making sound for game? Like, what's something weird? Give me something weird.
Oh, when you're making sounds for a game that's already made, of course, sometimes you got to use instruments.
Great. Speak more on that. In the would you say and please say that there's a special way that we use instruments that's different than everybody else?
Of course, we don't use pianos like everyone else. We would break it. That's how we make the sounds for our game we made.
Hey,
look at this and don't ask us about the game.
Hey, 343, are you making the game or are you just like coming up with stuff on the fly? Are you? If you're not making the game, it's okay. You already gave us the delicious Pringles based on the game.
I think that's because you meant to make the game earlier.
Yeah, they smashed up an upright piano to make the sounds for the game.
Yeah, that's fine.
They slammed it with bricks and bats, chopping its wires. Eventually, they started shoving dry ice into it. At one point, they placed a block of dry ice on it and stepped hard.
Why?
I don't think they're making the game. I think this is a very specific fetish, and we don't yuck anybody's yum here. But if you're not making the game, you have got to tell us.
Yeah, we're at this point where, like, before we were like, it's okay if you're not making the game, and now I'm kind of like, hey,
Now
it's getting less okay that you're not making the game if you're not going to tell us.
Yeah, now we're sort of at that point where we're getting past the disappointed parents and into
Right.
the angry parents, where it's just like, we've given you every opportunity to tell the truth.
Yeah. And now we're upset that you weren't honest with us.
If you're not making the game, just say so.
Please, 343.
Please.
This is ridiculous.
You know what else is ridiculous?
What?
She's 9'6", and
Goddamn
now
right
she
she is.
exists in real life.
I just don't feel good about this being in game stores because I'm just afraid of what's going to happen to it.
Well, it's not what's going to happen to her while she's in a game store. It's what's going to happen when the employees have the rock, scissors, paper to see who gets to take it home.
Sure. I just feel like it is going to be concerningly vandalized in the game store.
Well, this is, of course, life-size Lady Dimitrescu being used to market Resident Evil Village. This is currently in Japanese game stores only.
Mm-hmm.
So a little less likely to get vandalized and stolen.
Fair than America, yeah.
Yeah, they have slightly less incident rates of that, but one of the employees will be taking it home, and the fate of that cardboard stand-up depends on which employee takes it home. That's all I'm saying.
I don't like it.
I don't like it either, but it is a great idea for the marketing of the game. Can you imagine, like, walking into a game store and seeing full life-size 9'6"
I want to.
Lady Dimitrescu?
I want to.
Look at that.
Yes.
That's amazing.
I do want that.
If their plan is not to sell that, they have made a bad plan.
You're absolutely correct.
They should absolutely sell that to people. Man, like, just she's 9'6".
Damn right she is.
Wow.
Yeah.
9'6". There is this funny thing that somebody said. It was like, a bunch of people were like, "Oh my God, she's 9'6", and somebody on Twitter was like, "Yeah, she's not real. I could say she's 10'7". It's not that impressive. Look at this. Look at this character I made. She's 12'3". I don't.
Sounds like somebody short said that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sounds like whoever said that's probably short.
Yeah, not tall and impressive like you.
Correct. I mean, very tall. Also 9'6".
Also, at least 9'6".
Mm-hmm.
I'm standing. She's seated.
Correct.
Boy, do we love games getting modded. Boy, is that a thing that we love.
Yeah, sorry. I'm still laughing.
What are you laughing? Are you laughing about you sitting and me standing?
Yeah, I don't know. The whole bit is good. Good job.
So PC Games N, whatever you are,
Not great.
I hate you.
Yeah, no, that's fair. The ads are strangely placed. It made me think of the other day when a man was in my Twitter mentions talking shit and like insulting sex workers. I think Death and Saints is in chat, but I've been giggling for like a week and a half at man sounds mad he can't afford to see a titty. And to me, that was just giving off the same energy. Oh yeah, okay, she's 9'6". It's not impressive.
Yeah, I mean, I sort of get where the person's coming from, where it's like, yeah, and Superman can fly. It's not real. Like, I get it, but also, They did choose to make her 9'6". They did model her in 3D. They are making promotional materials. It's good that she's 9'6".
Other people can do it.
It's okay. Hey, sometimes when people don't see their fetish in the world, they create it. And that's fine.
Just saying no one else was brave enough to do it.
And maybe your fetish is Johnny Spartan riding around in a tiny car. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. I'm not here to yuck anybody's yum.
Well, if it is, you're in luck. You can't afford a Mario Kart? Maybe use a Halo.
This is somebody who placed... You could do 2 to a cart, standard physics of Halo multiplayer, on Mario Speedway.
Yes.
In Halo. With the music.
You know we love silly mods.
You get you get pickups, you get item pickups. They use the N64 textures.
Yeah, they did.
It's so good.
So good. Because it's funny because it's like I think back and like I always say I have a lot of excellent memories of Halo 2 in particular. And like this is how I used Halo 2. Is I remember me and my older brother just running around on different vehicles trying to get shot off of the map so you would explode.
Yeah.
That was Halo 2 to me.
I mean, it was the classic fuck around game.
Yeah.
It really was.
It was getting on a warthog and then just trying to get blown the fuck up.
I mean, you think about like, you know, Rooster Teeth and the creation of Red versus Blue, and the reason why Red versus Blue was so popular is like that's what we were all doing in Halo anyway.
Right.
We like when I would go online for Halo, because I wasn't a huge Halo person, but I'll tell you what I was a huge fan of going into online games and acting like an idiot in a group server. They'd just be like, dude, that's not our base. That's not our base. Our base is the other way. Oh, I'm in a car. Beep, beep. You know, like I'm that guy.
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
I'm just here to have fun.
Absolutely. I'm still just here to have fun.
You
I
know?
refuse to play Phasmophobia, but I will steal everything from the house.
Of course. Maybe a ghost did it. You know?
I took all of the picture frames of their family and I put them in the van.
Now it's my family.
It's my
They're my memories. Flannel Fries in chat says grenade wheel, throttle, do flips.
Yes.
Yes. That's
Correct.
what we're talking about. We're talking about a classic Halo mess around.
Eat hot chip. Do crime?
Do flip and
Be
lie.
gay. Do lie? Yeah. Combining all the things.
Combine all the things. All the things. You know, Netflix has been coming for Crunchyroll's lunch and Amazon Prime's lunch.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I mean, they've had a couple of big shows come to Netflix recently, but Netflix always does this. This is the Netflix way of doing things. They acquire a few big titles to get an anime fan peeking in.
Oh, and I do be peeking in.
Oh, and I do be peeking in. I do be watching Demon Slayer right now.
I do be watching that Demon Slayer. I do like that Beastars. Like, there's a lot of good stuff. The Great Pretender. Holy shit, The Great Pretender.
I watched it.
Oh, so good.
But
You love a con. You love a heist. You'll love The Great Pretender.
Excellent. But after they do that, that's always they're like, hey, look over here. What if we had more?
Oh, you like that baking show? What if 80 show?
What if we had 80 baking shows?
And when I say
90-day fiance, what if we make 100 fiancés?
Each of them fewer days than the last.
Each of them more fianced than the last.
What if we decided that it was 90 factorial fiance, and so then it was 89 day fiance, 88 day fiance. Anyway, what we're getting at is Netflix is launching 40 new anime shows in 2021.
Interesting.
This is fascinating because this was a space that Crunchyroll got into and dominated because they saw a market that wasn't being fulfilled.
Right.
And they became huge because nobody else was doing it.
Yeah.
Nobody else wanted to do it. And nobody else had honestly, the talent and the knowledge to do it. Crunchyroll's team has always been amazing at acquiring the right anime,
Yes.
doing excellent jobs of last moment translations. They built such a specialized team to do it, but the problem when you build a product like that is when it becomes successful, the big boys start gunning for you.
Absolutely. And Netflix is doing it, which is very, very interesting. They made this announcement at Tokyo's Anime Japan 2021 Expo on Saturday. And man.
New series released this year. Some of the highlights, according to The Verge: Record of Ragnarok. That's an adaptation of the manga. Yasuke, which is about an African samurai in feudal era Japan. Resident Evil Infinite Darkness, which we knew was coming. The Way of the House Husband will be coming out on April 8th. The number of anime titles coming to Netflix this year is double the number of anime series and movies they released in 2020.
That's a good question. Ronan in the live studio audience said anime or anime. I'm starting to feel like
they're mixing it together.
Right. They're mixing it together a little bit. A quote from Taiki Sakurai, the chief anime producer. So they've opened up an entire, side of the company for specifically anime content. Said, we want to take pride in ourselves as being the top entertainment destination with good quality content. The growth of our business is directly connected to the growth of our anime.
Yeah. So if they run it like Crunchyroll runs it, and I do think that that's the way, the anime on Netflix is under their NX brand. If you want to follow, go on Twitter and follow NX on Netflix. That's where they keep all their sci-fi, genre fiction, anime, stuff like that. And you can see they make some really interesting moves. And I think they're going to be doing it like Crunchyroll, where some of it is acquisition. Some of it is co-pro. They'll go to existing anime studios and they'll be like, what do you have in the works? Can we help you fund anything? And it'll be Netflix exclusive in America. And some of it will just be animated series that they're making that they will put under the Anime on Netflix brand, sort of the way that Crunchyroll has their own North American in-house studio now. It's a very interesting time to enjoy anime.
It's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. The worldwide anime market reached $23 billion this year and is expected to grow to more than $36 billion by 2025. Kind of wild. Of course, Sony announced in December that they plan to buy Crunchyroll after High Dive went fucking nowhere. And they wanted to buy for $1.2 billion, although currently they are being probed by aliens and also the Justice Department for antitrust. Did I bury the lead? Sony's been kidnapped and abducted by aliens.
Yes, that's important.
David Sony, the founder of Sony Electronics.
We're going to start a GoFundMe for David Sony to get him back from the aliens, because they are holding a ransom, oddly enough,
It's
in
weird.
U.S. dollars.
In U.S. dollars.
Who'd have thought?
Aliens.
Aliens.
Is this a classic alien mess around?
I think it's classic alien mess around.
Is this a Halo 2 style alien mess around?
Yeah, I think they're just keeping us busy.
Aliens are on the server and all they want to do is grief.
Right. They're giggling at our money system and how stupid it is. And they're just like, look, they care about nothing more than the money. Tell them that we need the money.
People are asking, what is any of this Canadian? What regions will it be on? This is when Netflix makes big announcements. You can bet it's usually U.S. first. So I would go and check.
Yeah, but there isn't any particular details about that yet, as
Yeah.
they haven't been released yet.
Although the Way of the House Husband drops April 8th, and Yasuke drops April 29th, so it's already starting. Bless you. Bless you.
Thank you.
And there's more good Netflix news, is there not?
There is. There's good Netflix news if you like that Witcher.
Oh, I'm familiar with The Witchering.
Some photos from the set showed a very particular kind of armor. An armor on horses.
Is that poor Jaskier? Is that poor Jaskier looking awkward in that armor?
I don't think so, no.
Wait, zoom in.
I don't think that's Jaskier. I think
No,
that's
it's
just
not.
another white guy.
It's just an old man. It's just an old man looking bad in that armor. Hey, that's not the still. Don't release that. That's just an old man that looks sad and tired in his armor.
Look, it's probably very heavy.
It is pretty. But
Wearing armor is very
Hey,
heavy.
sit up straight. You're a bad guy in a Witcher right now.
He doesn't know his photograph's being taken. You're not supposed to be photographing.
You're on a
this.
TV show. Your
No,
photograph's
but
always
you're
being
in
taken.
If you're in between shots, that's fair. Give the old man a break. Anyways, these look like a wild hunt.
They do look like a wild hunt.
It looks like a wild hunt. So you can assume that probably in The Witcher season 2 you'll see the wild hunt.
More like the tired hunt. Go back to that guy.
Tired.
The Witcher 3, tired hunt. He doesn't even want to hold up his bone sword anymore.
Yeah, he's probably in between takes, and I bet the takes are exhausting.
Take a nap, Wild Hunt.
I think he would love to. He wants a nap. No one's letting him.
The problem with somebody sitting like that
Is
in
the guy
between
behind
takes
him?
is the guy behind him. I now know
It's just like-
is not spooky. I now know he is sweating in there. It's just are we there yet? Hey, are we there yet? How much longer? It's a long trip to not talk to me. Oh.
It's gonna be great. I'm excited. I absolutely loved the first season of The Witcher.
Can I tell you what that guy
It
looks
was
like?
one of the best fantasy
Can
shows.
I tell you what that guy looks like? On my last big trip, on my cool boy trip to Japan, when I decided I wanted to go to Japan and be a cool boy, I was like, I'm only gonna bring one jacket with me, and I brought my big heavy leather motorcycle jacket. And it was the middle of spring in Japan, and it was just too warm. And that's what I looked like. I wanted to look cool in all my pictures, and that's what I looked like. He wanted to look cool today, and he did not realize how humid it was going to be and how long they were going to have to ride. He's like, I'm going to wear my cool bone armor. And, and his girlfriend's like, don't wear the cool bone armor.
You're gonna regret it.
You're going to regret it.
We're gonna get 30 minutes into the trip, and you're gonna be complaining.
No, I'm telling you, I want to wear my cool bone armor so everybody knows I look
That's
cool.
his girlfriend behind him.
And she's always cold, so she's fine.
Right. I told you you'd be too warm.
I don't want to talk about it. It's cool of the wild. I'm sorry. I'm undermining this, but
It's cool.
it's cool that the wild hunt is coming. It's cool. We're excited.
We're excited.
we're
I
very
think it's going to be
excited.
awesome. I think The Witcher is one of the best fantasy shows out there right now.
It's so good. It's so good. I had to it did have the thing where I had to kind of push through the first couple episodes a little bit, just a little bit. Not as much as some other shows.
Really interesting.
I think I had to get there was just a little bit of like, okay, you're laying down some foundation. That's fine.
Okay.
And then once they did that and it got moving a little bit more,
Yeah.
I was way into it.
Okay.
I thought by the end of the season I was like, yes.
Yeah, I got in pretty quickly, but I'm a fan of the Witcher franchise, so that also makes sense.
There's also there's a part in the middle of the first season. Spoilers for The Witcher until I stop going like this. There's a part in the middle of the first season where you're just so tired of Yennefer. They did that character just a little dirty in the
They did,
development.
yeah.
And by the end of season 1, you're on board.
Absolutely.
They turn it around really well.
Yeah.
But there are 3 or 4 episodes where you're like, I swear to God, if you show me any more Yennefer whining right now, I'm going to lose my
Yeah,
damn
no, that's perfectly
mind.
fair.
But Jaskier's a perfect boy.
Yes. Absolutely. And
What-
I am slightly partial to Princess Cyrilla.
Mm-hmm. Hey, is there anything else going on in the world of fantasy? Is there any big fan? You're kind of into fantasy stuff. Is there anything going
Into
on?
fantasy stuff. Well, HBO gave George R.R. Martin an 8-figure deal.
Oh, I guess The Winds of Winter is canceled.
No.
It's canceled.
No. Hear me
It's
out here.
Ain't nobody making 8 figures on a book.
Right.
It's canceled.
So hear me out.
Yeah.
The article here, and a lot of the take around this has been, and this is a quote from the article, "My worst fear is that this huge new deal keeps Martin from working on the 6th book in the A Song of Ice and Fire series, The Winds of Winter." Hey, he already wasn't doing it.
He already wasn't doing it.
This
343 calls George R.R. Martin
and they
for advice on how to dawdle and misdirect people.
I'm just saying, like, now you're concerned he's not going to write the book?
Yeah, now we're worried.
Oh, no. Now he's never going to write. He was never going to write it. He literally said, if I don't have the book done by some date in 2020 that he had listed, which I will not remember, he said, the fans can arrest me. If I don't have it done by this date, the fans can arrest me. That was a year ago. He wasn't going to write the book if he wasn't afraid of the citizens' arrest of his fans that he promised them they could do.
It was an empty threat. He knew that we had no sovereign power.
But people could have attacked him.
Look.
George R.R. Martin has no fear. He will look you in the eyes and
Can I tell you
say,
something?
I'm writing it.
I saw that guy at
he's
Comic-Con
lying.
once. I saw that guy at Comic-Con in the Hilton at the the big breakfast restaurant down there where everybody crowds into. There's George R.R. Martin. Let me tell you something. He had 2 panels that day. He wasn't even eating his breakfast fast, this fucking guy. I looked over at George R.R. Martin. I remember I was sitting with my friend I think it was Trish. I think I was sitting with Trisha Hirschberger because we were hosting together, and I looked over and I pointed. I goes, "There's George R.R. Martin. Look at how slow that motherfucker's eating his bagel.
He's in no rush.
That motherfucker's in no rush. He's not writing a book." That was 2016. He's not writing a book.
So essentially, it is a 5-year deal worth mid-8 figures to continue creating content for HBO Max and HBO.
I like to make sure that every part of the English muffin is covered in jam evenly before I even take the first bite. George, your panel's in 15 minutes. Okay.
Good things are worth the wait.
He's the sloth from the DMV in fucking Zootopia. And listen, he's two things are going on. Number 1, he's wealthier than ever. Number 2, boy, there sure was a shit ton of fan backlash about his show, right?
Yeah.
That dude's in no hurry to give you the ending to this story that you're gonna hate.
Right, because that's the thing. Is like most Game of Thrones fans have been completely put off of the series. He's not. Who's the book for anymore? I don't even want it.
He doesn't need it. 8 figures.
I read some of the first book, and I was a huge fan of the show. I mean, hosting weekly watch parties, big fan of the show.
Please. It was a great show. It was a great show.
Until, right?
And I'm even one of those people that will contest that, like, the first season they did without a book from him.
Yeah.
Was actually really good.
Yes, still thoroughly
enjoyable and actually, like, solved a lot of pacing problems that part of the story had.
Right.
But then, whoof. But I also am somebody that did not read the entire series of books.
Same.
Because, and here's the other thing.
They're a bit of a slog.
Hey, my guy.
They're a very incest-heavy slog.
3.5 pages of what they had for dinner? Let's keep it moving. One thing that I did enjoy about the show versus the book
getting Mo done.
is, like, the show would bounce around from character to character.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, like, when you're reading the book, it's like, and for the next 200 pages, Daenerys is in whatever the name of the place with the spooky sorcerer tower was, where she got caught in the fucking music video for Hotel California, wherever she was caught. And she was just like, she was there for so long. And I was like, hey, What's everybody else doing, George? George?
What else is going on?
What else is going on?
Hey,
I like
George.
to make sure that after the jam is on, I then apply the cream. He does it like a scone in the UK. George, your
Take your
panel is
time,
in
Joe.
7
Take your
minutes,
time.
please.
Take your time, George. Listen, there's a scene in the Rocky Horror Picture Show, also a classic piece of cinema history.
Based on the Twitter account.
Of course. Where they sit around a dinner table.
Mm-hmm.
And if you've ever seen one of the like live shows of Rocky Horror with a shadow cast, it's always acknowledged that it's an absurdly long scene where they're sitting around having dinner. And most of the time the cast will sit out there and they will come out and they will eat their actual dinner because the scene is so long.
Yeah.
Every scene I read in the Game of Thrones books was that long. People love them. That's wonderful. That's great.
Yeah. If it's your thing,
Right.
we want
and
you to
we
have
are
it.
Game of Thrones fans in general. That book moved too slow for me.
I just, give me the Reader's Digest edition. Give me the Spark Notes edition. Give me the Details of Embroidery Free edition. You know what I mean?
Right. Point is, he's never making the book, but also he wasn't going to make the
wasn't
book, and
making
this
the
isn't
book.
the thing that's stopping him from making the book. He could have made the book if he wanted to make the book. He doesn't want to make the book.
He doesn't want to make the book. Hey, speaking of George R.R. Martin slowly eating a bagel in the lobby of the Hilton during Comic-Con, what the fuck, Comic-Con?
Hey, Comic-Con?
Hey,
Look,
Comic-Con?
I get that there's no way you're having an in-person convention when you would this summer. And that makes sense because it's not safe yet. And you're doing another virtual convention. And then you're like, fuck, but we're like right on that edge where things would potentially be safe. And I don't want to wait until next summer to have a Comic-Con. Okay. So Comic-Con is planning an event.
It was supposed to be an all-digital Comic-Con. They told us it was an all-digital Comic-Con this year.
They're still doing all digital Comic-Con in the summer. But on the weekend of Thanksgiving, they're having what they are calling Comic-Con Special Edition. On the weekend of Thanksgiving in November, in San Diego, I believe. I think it's in the regular.
Uh-huh. It's November 26th through 28th at the San Diego Convention Center. They want you to come to Comic-Con this year. Now, this is, I understand their thinking. Their thinking is if we do this during Thanksgiving, a lot of people who would normally come will not come. And maybe we can handle attendance a little bit and we can control things a little bit if needed. Hey, I fucking dare you. I fucking dare you. Have you ever been to... Hey, Comic-Con, have you ever been to Comic-Con? Have you ever been to San Diego Comic-Con? Where not only is the convention center like this, but the entire Gaslight District is like this? Gaslight District, a name and a promise. It's a name and a promise this year.
Is the gas lamp?
It's the Gaslight District. Because Comic-Con is gaslighting us. And they're saying it's going to be fine, and they're going to control it.
Look, I love Comic-Con. I love Comic-Con. I do. And I want to go to Comic-Con this year so fucking bad. I'm not going to go to this. Like, look, I think, objectively, Thanksgiving is the worst holiday.
Fair.
I think that Thanksgiving is a terrible, terrible, terrible holiday.
I'm not a big fan.
And I mean, sure, that comes after Christopher Columbus Day, but I don't acknowledge Christopher Columbus Day as an actual holiday, and that by a lot of people is now recognized as Indigenous Peoples Day. So, to me, then, of holidays that still exist for me, Thanksgiving's the fucking worst. I'm not a fan.
Hey, what am I a fan of? I like a long weekend. I enjoy a Friendsgiving. Do you know what I don't enjoy? Traveling on Thanksgiving week.
Nope.
The whole idea of Thanksgiving, the
Yep.
concept behind it.
Yep.
A holiday that's basically reserved for sitting around and just eating. I can't do it.
Absolutely not.
I can't do it. But you know what I don't want to
like
do?
familial obligation.
Yeah, but you know what I want to do even less is fucking germ around the San Diego Convention Center.
I don't know if I want it less. I'm not gonna do it.
Girl, don't do it.
I'm not gonna do it.
Girl,
I was just
don't
thinking
do
about
it.
No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not. But it's a weird choice.
I don't know. And here's the thing. But I'm also very optimistic. We're so ahead of schedule with vaccinating the country.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
We're so ahead of schedule. And so maybe, like, I want to be optimistic because I'd love to be traveling by the end of the year. Mm-hmm. I think we all would. I think we'd all like to be able to go places and do things. So it's just weird. Comic-Con, I think certain activities for a long time, it's going to take a long time for me to get past the PTSD of this year.
Yes.
And certain activities just sound like a bad idea.
Yes.
A convention sounds like a bad idea.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll be a hard one for a while. But I am very much looking forward to next summer. And I will go to
Next
everything.
year, Comic-Con 2022, you know it.
I'll go to everything.
You know it. Is it weird that I saw this as a germ story as well?
Yes.
Because brass surfaces, the bacteria can't live on brass surfaces. Like hospitals will coat things in brass because of MRSA and those like little keys that you get that, you know, those like door opener keys and stuff. They're usually, the good ones are brass because bacteria can't survive on them. So when I saw this fancy PS5 made out of brass, I didn't think, what a cool and fancy PS5. I was like, virus can't live on PS5.
Interesting. You see, when I saw this, what I thought was, you got 2 fucking PS5s laying around?
Oh, you've got one and it's in a box.
I know, but like,
At least those 2 are being used for something.
I was just like, you know, if you've got an extra PS5 laying around, why not turn it to brass?
I mean, it's beautiful.
It is.
It's
But
beautiful.
they just had an extra PS5
Now,
laying
this is a
around.
channel that I have watched a lot, actually. DIY Perks is amazing. This guy builds all kinds of wonderful repurposed things. In one, he was like, he had a dark part of his house, and he took the old light from the back of a broken LED or LCD monitor, and because they're so bright when you remove the monitor, he made like a fake skylight, and it looks beautiful. He's done things like build PCs in his desk, and he does like really crazy projects, and this is such a good and beautiful one.
Yeah. I mean, this is gorgeous. So if you have an extra PS5 laying around,
Like Saige does.
he can walk you through it.
Let's talk about movies. And we're going to do good news, bad news. No, we're going to do bad news, good news, good news. How about that?
Okay. Yeah, I think that'll be nice. We'll come back up.
We'll come back up. Godzilla vs. Kong, of course, comes out this Friday. Mm-hmm. 50% of us are extremely excited for it.
I'm going to say at this table we have 150% excitement. You're 100% excited and I am 50% excited.
There we go. 150% excitement. I can't wait. I honestly can't wait.
Yes.
And I have early reviews came in and they're great. Everybody's saying the big fight between the 2 of them, like the main fight, is like 20 minutes long. It's gonna be like,
yeah, I'm open. And that sounds great. I've just never been a King Kong fan, but I'm a big Godzilla fan.
Yeah, and
But I also have my mixed feelings about how America has done King Kong. Not so good.
You mean Godzilla? How
America has done Godzilla.
Yeah.
Yes, sorry, that's what I meant.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Something bad has happened. Godzilla vs. Kong is getting terrible reviews now.
Odd.
It is odd because early reviews were so positive.
Right.
So I wonder what happened. Oh wait, it's Snyderverse fans.
Fuck you guys.
You give them a fucking inch. You got what you wanted.
You got the fucking self-indulgent $70 million extra movie.
You got it.
Then you got it in black and white.
You got
Fuck
the
you.
movie. But now they want the Snyderverse restored. # restore the Snyderverse. They want Zack Snyder back as creative lead on all DC films.
Anthony, the other day while I was streaming, someone came into my chat, joined my Discord, spammed tagging me hundreds of times in my Discord, restore the Snyder Cut, and then filled my Discord with porn.
Was it good porn?
No.
Wow. That sucks.
My mentions have been a nightmare because I said I didn't enjoy the Snyder Cut.
You got what you wanted. Don't be sore winners. Don't be babies. But they are review bombing Godzilla vs. Kong because it's a Warner Brothers movie. And they are now mad at Warner Brothers because they got what they wanted. This is why I did not want the Snyder Cut to be better. This is why
I want the Snyder Cut to exist.
I did not want it to exist. And then when it did exist, I was like, please don't be a better movie. Please don't be a better movie. And it was better. It's not good, but it was better. And now it was the most popular thing on HBO Max. And now they're vindicated. And they learned that if they yell and scream and act like nightmares online,
that's the thing, is you
they
gave
get what they
these
want.
like loud fucking neckbeard piss babies. You gave them the thing because they bullied people into it. They literally screamed and bullied you into doing it, and then you were like, okay, and they were like, great, so we just keep fucking doing this? We just keep causing absolute chaos?
These people are harassing everyone online and screaming and yelling at us. What do we do? Oh, build them a streaming service.
Right? I just can't imagine being the studio behind that logic. And that makes me so angry that they have gotten this. And I swear to fucking God, if it works and they restore the Snyderverse, I am out on DC. That's it for me, quite simply. I am out on DC at that point. I am a lifelong DC fan. But like, if you are going to choose that fandom over the people they are harassing to get it, absolutely the fuck not.
And I think, and here's the thing, is I think they were in a place where they were going to get what they wanted a bit. I think you remember after we watched the movie, I was like, I think I kind of see a world where there are DC movies in theaters, and that's one universe. There are DC movies that are made for HBO Max, and those are Zack Snyder's movies. And then there's the DC TV universe. I think they would have been perfectly willing to give Zack Snyder HBO Max as his own personal playground, and they may still do it. And the problem is, if they do, these people are going to think that review bombing Godzilla vs. Kong and harassing people online did it.
Baby Magic in the live studio audience said, I thought that Snyder wanted to do it and couldn't because his daughter died and he had said he wanted to. It's not about whether or not Zack Snyder wanted to. Zack Snyder definitely wanted to. It is his fan base harassing HBO and DC into letting him spend another $70 million to remake the movie. The movie was the movie, and you could have just left it at that and known that Zack Snyder will make more movies. But instead, they had to bully and harass and scream and throw fits until they got the movie the way they wanted, because this horrifically toxic community latched onto the idea that it was stolen from Zack Snyder.
Yeah. And, and it was a 2017 movie. So, like, if they were going to let him do if they were originally going to let him do a director's cut, they would have let him do a director's cut earlier. This was because of an outpouring of fan emotion. And I don't want to rehash the Snyder cut stuff too much, or the Snyder fans too much, because I think we all get it.
We all get it.
But this kind of sucks that they're back and they can't win graciously. It's so weird. But hey, Zack Snyder does not control the entire DC movie universe. There are other movies that are coming out.
Yes.
Shazam as you all know, is a good DC movie.
Yes.
It's not Birds of Prey, which is the best DC movie, but it is a good film. And we are getting Shazam 2, and we're also getting Black Adam. But when are we getting Black Adam?
Good question.
Starring The Rock. This is the dopest thing. This is The Rock standing in Times Square yesterday on his Instagram, and this is how they announced the date of Black Adam. Every billboard in Times Square at once.
Yeah, that's cool.
Holy, can you imagine standing in the middle of Times Square with your phone and everything in Times Square is like, hey, buddy. You did it.
Good for The Rock.
Oh,
We like The Rock.
and The Rock, man, the cast for Black Adam, get the fuck out of here with the cast
It's
for Black
so good.
Adam. Get the fuck out of here with the cast for Black Adam. If you didn't see, did he post it on Instagram or did he post it on Twitter? I want to show this Black Adam cast photo one more time because it's very good. We gave some news about it last week.
God, everything about it looks so good.
Everything about
But
it
yeah,
looks
we did
so
pull up some of
good.
the casting news last week. There were some big ones.
There were some big ones. Updated cast list.
Mhm.
It is.
It's going great.
It's going great. I'm just going to go to the full cast and crew on IMDb. I couldn't find the image, but
Lovely.
Sarah Shahi as Isis,
Yes.
Noah Centineo as Adam Smasher. We're going to give it to him. We're going to give him his chance.
We are.
We're going to give him his chance.
We're open.
We're open to things. Aldous Hodge as Carter Hall. Hey, let's talk about this. Let's talk about how Hawkman, there is a dichotomy to Hawkman in the DC universe. Hawkman is recognized as being reincarnated over and over again, most notably beginning in Egypt. And every Hawkman, right up until the superhero Hawkman, is a black guy.
Yes.
Now Carter Hall is too. Because why couldn't Carter Hall be?
Yes.
So we love this. We love this. We love Aldous Hodge. We love the spreadsheet.
Anthony.
I just showed the spreadsheet twice. But we also know Pierce Brosnan,
Yes. Who's not? Oh, he is listed. Yeah.
Dr. Fate.
I'm very into it.
Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate. This is going to be a good movie.
It's gonna be a good movie.
This is going to be a good movie.
It's gonna be a good movie, and I'm very excited about it.
So there you go. That's some good movie news. And then in just a little bit more good movie news. Oh, you're right. We should do that first.
One more
We
piece of
should do that
superhero
first.
news.
We should do that first.
Something very intriguing. Now you put this in here, and I don't think I really saw much about this one.
Sure. So here's what's up.
Neither of our screens are showing that. Hold, please. Anthony, go back.
No, it's fine. So here's what's up. There was a crew gift that was given out. Crew gifts are given out, usually at the end of every production.
Yeah, a little wrap
A little
gift.
something, a little wrap gift that says, "Hey, thanks for being part of this." And what happened is, a member of the cast, Jordan Foster, who's an actor that was in the film, posted his wrap gift. Hey, who's that on the T-shirt there? Spider-Man, sure.
Yes, certainly.
Certainly it's Spider-Man. But which Spider-Man is that? Enhance? Is that the Amazing Spider-Man?
It
Is
looks
that
like it, doesn't it?
Andrew Garfield in the Amazing Spider-Man 1 costume. Now, there have been rumors that the classic Spideys are coming back.
Yes, absolutely. There were tons of them. It almost felt like the news cycle had just decided that it was true.
And our sweet boy who can't keep a secret,
Of
Tom
course.
Holland, kept saying, they haven't told me. If
No,
there's another
I-
Spider-Man, I
I-
haven't seen it.
Don't know of any other Spider-Man being in the film.
I have not filmed with them. I have not seen it. They are not on set.
Yes.
Hey. Did they finally teach Tom Holland how to keep a secret?
I'm both proud of him and a little sad.
I'm a little sad that he can't keep his excitement to himself anymore. But it do look like, hey, and can I tell you something? Andrew Garfield,
I know, Anthony.
I won't go into it. He got shafted. He was a good Spider-Man. That's all I'm going to say. He was a good Spider-Man. He deserved better. One more piece of very good movie news.
Okay.
Let me get rid of the fucking comicbook.com guy. Look, comicbook.com guy. I'm sure you're cool. I'm sure you're a cool dude or whatever.
Just a bad site layout.
But just like a video on top of every
Every article. And not a video for that article. Just the most recent video.
just like, come on.
What's up?
Brendan Fraser was trending on Twitter yesterday, and I got scared.
Yeah, of course.
Is everything okay?
Yeah.
Is Brendan Fraser all right?
Right, because you've got Satanic Panic, Brendan Fraser, and Put It Back.
I did not think that Brendan Fraser would have caused any trouble, because that's not Brendan Fraser.
No.
But I was worried.
Okay.
He was trending yesterday because people just love Brendan Fraser. That's all. People were just like, hey, man, I really love Brendan Fraser.
Yeah, that's
Brendan
nice.
Fraser's great. Hey, Brendan Fraser was the original prototype himbo, and we love him.
Yes, he was.
Made me so happy to see. People posting Mummy screenshots, George of the Jungle screenshots. People posting gods and monsters in school ties saying, hey, and also remember that Brendan Fraser's got chops.
Anthony and I sat here last night when we were putting the show together, just talking about how attractive the Mummy cast is. Like, we got really off on a tangent trying to write the show, just being like, damn, the Mummy cast was
The hottest cast. And here's
All of
why.
them.
It was right. It was right at a time. Oh, they're all where are they now? No.
No,
Show
don't
me
give us that. Show us, yeah. Show me that picture.
Show me this is the picture. I have this on a t-shirt.
Yeah, you do.
I have this on a t-shirt, and here's the whole cast standing together. But like, here's the thing about the Mummy cast, the Mummy 1999 cast. They look like people.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, we're at a point now where like big movie stars look like action figures. They look
Yes.
like plastic dolls. The Mummy cast is just hot. Like, you look at the Mummy cast and you're like, if I ran into you in public, I would not be able to speak to you.
Yes, I am once again attracted to everyone on the screen.
Imagine running into like Rachel Weisz just like in a coffee shop.
Yeah, let's see that picture.
Which? This one?
Yeah. They're going to make you work for it.
They're gonna make me
damn
work
Google
for it.
Images.
They're going to make me work for it.
Not worth it.
I can do this.
Can you? Can you solve the puzzle?
I solved the puzzle.
Come on.
Imagine running into any of these people in a coffee shop.
Get the fuck out of here.
Come on. The mummy was hot,
Yeah.
and he was Arnold Vosloo, and he's just walking around in a loincloth being hot.
Yeah.
The Magi was hot. You remember when Brendan Fraser meets the Magi for the first time and they do their cool handshake and you're like, kiss.
Yeah. Anthony knows that I yell that anytime I watch any movie.
The Mummy was filled with daddies.
Yeah, right?
It's so just seeing if somebody asked what happened to Brendan Fraser, and I'm not going to turn this into too much of a downer, but he had a rough time. He had a rough go. He had a manager that kind of took some money from him. He had a bad divorce, and then he actually came out and said a member of the Hollywood Foreign Press Association sexually assaulted him. And when he made that accusation, he fucking disappeared from movies for about 10 to 15 years. They blacklisted him. It's fucked up because Brendan Fraser is a good boy and Looney Tunes Back in Action is underrated. I'm laughing not because it's a joke, but because it's funny that that's true. Do you know what I mean? That Looney Tunes Back in Action is so good.
Yes. I know it's about time to end the show, but if we could just have one more minute of good things.
Of course.
Anthony found this last night. Apparently, somebody made a contraption that would alert them when a dog is passing by their house and greet the dog. And I just find that to be very good.
Yeah, so this is an AI camera that is made to recognize when a dog walks by. It will alert the creator to the fact that there is a dog outside so he can go see the dog. But also, it will yell a compliment at the dog.
Yes.
This is a good project.
Yes.
I wonder what else it could recognize.
And so this is an open source project that he created with AI libraries and AI learning libraries that are readily available to anyone. He used a little Python scripting. There's a lot of this machine learning stuff that's available to people now. And this is the best use. Listen, we're about to live in a terrible artificially intelligence-powered surveillance state. But for right now, let's at least acknowledge that somebody's using the technology for good.
With a fucking megaphone.
There it is. It's going to yell good things at the dog.
Let's see.
I like your dog.
Now, to be fair, that would frighten me coming out of a window.
Sure.
So I think there's a little logic to think through there. But I agree. Bard and Barbarian. Also, hi, I love you.
Hi, Bard
Some
Barbarian.
people have done good in quarantine.
Mm-hmm. Dog alert.
Dog alert.
Dog alert.
I would love something that notified me when dogs are passing by so that I could run to the window and see them. You know when you see a dog and he's just a little guy?
And he's just a little guy.
You know when he's just a little guy?
He's just a little guy. And he doesn't know.
That's just a little guy over there.
And he doesn't know.
Dagger's just a little guy.
He doesn't know anything. Should we show the dog?
Yeah.
Should we show the dog while we're doing the show close?
Oh, please. I would love that. Y'all, thank you so much for spending your morning with us. Thank you for joining us for another show. We appreciate you so very much. You are the best people on the internet, and it has been lovely start to the day.
Sorry to interrupt.
Don't forget that we are an entirely independent channel, so thank you to everybody who has supported us through follows, subs, bits, donations.
Yeah.
It's incredibly appreciated. We do the show 3 days a week, and we do not make any money on it. All of your subs and Patreon contributions go towards the functionality of the channel and keeping it alive and going. Donations, on the other hand, go to the people who make the show for lunch.
He doesn't
Mostly.
like me. He likes you.
Hi.
He wants to be on your lap.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, thank you to everybody who triggered the new tip jar animation, which I think is we may have to change it or somehow make it invisible to us because I do look at it every time because of my ADHD.
Okay.
But it's great. I love seeing it move because it means y'all are helping us out, and that's wonderful. But I may have to make it a little more inconspicuous for myself. So here's a shout out to everybody who's been supporting us today. Cassidy Weaver with the pupper bits. Ink Dependence Mike with the resub, and that's that Prime sub, taking that money out of Amazon's pockets. Gray They with the follow. Groat Pizza Bende has followed. Mad Rackham. Kurt Laurelton with the $10.
Thank you.
Rogue Jeffrey, Trout Soda. 54 Aqua Snakes, giving those gift subs to 5 people. A gift sub goes to R2D2. Galaxy Tides with the sub. Boba Guy subscribed. Grumpy Steen with the resub. Harry Horror Show, of course, with the host. Thank you, Harry. Junior ABMG. Galaxy Tides. Righty M with the resub. Alonzanzo giving that sub to Satan so we can twerk on him. Celicast. Lucifer's Rat. Lee Green Griffin. Queer Space Girl. JT Deals 74. Man, so many good little BBs, so many good little pickles today helping us out.
Thank you all for your support. You're amazing.
And remember, hey, financially, we get it. The world is the world. And there are so many ways that you help us out. You help us out just by watching. You help us out by tweeting about the show. You help us out by hanging out in the Discord and submitting stories and
making little clips
and sharing images, and everything you do as a community helps us out. We really, really appreciate it. When we are not here, we are in other places because that's how matter works.
Hey, that's true. Where else are you, Anthony?
You can find me everywhere on the internet at A Carboni, except for here on Twitch, where I am at Anthony Carboni. Twitch, you cowards, it's mine. Give it back to me. And I feel like Saturday I accidentally did a 5.5 hour stream of Loop Hero because I played Loop Hero for the first time. There's going to be a lot of Loop Hero this week, so
nice.
please join and follow. Every Friday you can listen to my science comedy podcast, We Have Concerns, and I'm here Friday nights for Failed Save, our live play D&D show. Saige, where are you?
Mostly holding a puppy.
Yeah, look at him.
But also everyone on the internet at Not Sage. I'm live on my channel every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. And hey, today is Monday, so I will be live tonight. But in between, actually, I'm heading there after this show. I'm going to be live on the Smosh Games channel for their show Board AF. We're going to play some board games. That'll be live at 3 p.m. Pacific. So actually, I might be late to my stream tonight. I will keep y'all updated.
There you go.
Just so you know. I will do my best to stream when I get home, but I will keep you updated on my Discord and such. And on Thursday is the first episode officially of the Black Dice Society, an official Wizards of the Coast D&D show, and that'll be on youtube.com/D&D Wizards or twitch.tv/D&D.
How exciting.
It's going to be pretty cool. Oh, big yawn.
Yeah.
Everybody's commenting on chat how relaxed Dagger is now.
Yeah, he wants to be in Saige's lap.
He doesn't like to be held, but this is as good as it gets for being held.
He's my dog, but he genuinely believes that Saige is maybe his girlfriend. Mm-hmm. And that's the way it is. Hey, thanks again for joining us, BBs.
We love you very much.
We love you very much. And
I
we
hope
will
you have a wonderful rest of your day.
See you next time.
Take care, friends.